All right, folks, hear ye. Take a first look at the Midnight Revelations content updates. We have this magnificent doohickey here, which I'm sure is a MacGuffin for content that we're going to be revisiting for weekly stuff. Watch. In the next content update, take the next step in thwarting the forces of the void, hunting down their leaders, and uncovering new sources of power. Players will also face a new single boss raid in Sporefall, and Turbulent Timeways returns with Dragonflight Dungeons and a new slate of rewards. Ooh, Dragonflight Dungeons, nice. All right, get ready for a showdown. Facing the forces of the void in void assaults and ritual sites isn't enough to stop their machinations. To cut the threat off at its source, you'll need to hunt down the leaders behind these brutal attacks on Azeroth. Track them through a portal in Voidstorm, leading to 2 new locations, to Nigtal and Val. All right. So Spore Place and Ice Crown Field Citadel. Nope, here's better descriptions. So Nigtal is a fungal, arcane-rich world now occupied by an insidious ethereal faction known as the Hal Hadar. And then Val is an icy world once inhabited by the Legion, where the Dominar Imperator Pertinax has established his bastion of power. The portal to these worlds is unstable and switches destinations every few days, bringing a rotating set of challenges and experiences. Players can undertake world quests, defeat rares, take part in events, and ultimately have a showdown with the leaders as world bosses. So, mini zones. All right. Mini zones that rotate. It sounds like a public-ish kind of area. So, basically new zone content. Gain new power with the Omnium Folio. See, I told you there's a MacGuffin thing. Watch. Join Magister Umbric and Grand Magister Ramat. They're like the Bert and Ernie of WoW right now, I swear. Join them on a mission to reconfigure and restore the Sunstrider Omnium. This ancient elven relic was originally created by Dathomir Sunstrider to study and observe the various schools of magic and to serve as an academic repository. After years of silence, the Sunstrider Omnium has now reawakened, unsettling the magisters and sowing disarray among them. Once unlocked, you'll be entrusted with the Omnium Folio, a runic ledger containing powerful runes of power you can use in battle. Borrowed power. Continue taking part in weekly activities to imbue more runes, customizing these initial runes and unlocking their maximum potential to aid you in the fight against the void. I'm getting strong Diablo vibes all of a sudden. And then here's the new raid, Sporefall. How dapper does that look? Sporefall is a single boss raid located in Harrendar, where you'll face the fungal giant Rotmire. The raid will be available in Raid Finder and yada yada yada. For this raid, we're also trying something new for mythic difficulty, which was previously announced. Flexible groups of 15 to 25 players for mythic. And that's all that is for so far. Go lore walking, with the Loa. Experience the lore of the Loa with assistant lore walker Lili. Wait, not Cho? Okay. You'll dive deeper into the stories of the Zandalari, the Drakari, the Gurabashi, and the Darkspear trolls. Oh, is that so? Wait, are they giving us 4 things? Huh. Yeah, if they give us 4 stories out of this, that'd be pretty beefy. So it's going hard on the troll stuff, almost like it's a precursor to what's happening in 12.1. Okay, so help Loa Speaker Breck hatch Janeli's new eggs. More content. With the return of Janeli, the Law of Fire comes a return to past traditions. She's ready to bring a new clutch of eggs into the world, but Loa Speaker Breck requires assistance with the ceremony, and within soon all the Loa's young are released safely from their eggs. Be a part of welcoming the first of her offspring and protecting them as they take their first steps. So I guess the vibe here might feel a little bit similar to, I don't recall this very, very well, like the whole kind of like the draconic dragon daycare, taking care of them dragon babies. So it could be something like that. And I thought that was pretty fun. And now begin the next chapter with Zul'jan. They look like orcs, which is very bad. When they hear your call for a special gathering, Zul'jan attends as the Amani representative, only to be drawn into an ancient mystery surrounding the legacy of the Amani trolls. Join him and his uncle Kindrew on their journey of discover to uncover the truth. This content will arrive after the release of the update. Time gating. And then Turbulent Timeways returns with an awesome looking, not for rock mount, but it is kind of a, proto Drake. There we go. Turbulent Timeways returns with new rewards, including a new mount, the Spawn of Vironoth, and adds 6 Dragonflight dungeons to rotation, which include Agathar Academy, because we just haven't had enough of that. Halls of Infusion, Nelthara's RLP, Azure Vaults, and Brackenhide Hollow. And we have another thing. A new macro holiday with Darkspirit Dash. Join the Darkspirit Trolls and their Zendalari allies as they race from Echo. This is, well, let me read this, sorry. They're racing from Echoas to Silvermoon City for an in-game event inspired by the running of the Trolls. There we go, the community event. Prepare to run, leap, and spread a rainbow cheer along the routes. I'm going to love the YouTube comments for that one. And then we're adding some additional quality of updates to raid frames, damage meters, and more. So I'm immediately going to raid. Here we go. I was hoping and praying that the MacGuffin thing that we, the weird power thing that would take us into the next season or whatever, that it would just come purely from the raid. Right now, at least, the news of this is a little bit vague. So all we have, okay, cool, we get this Omnium Folio. It's going to be a thing that gives us power that is not gear. Now, because of the behavior of this thing, I'm wondering, how long is this going to follow us? How long until this thing just kind of falls off? Because this has very familiar trappings. We're going to get some sort of feature that might have us do side stuff that we collectively may or may not be interested in. If it's something that is, if it's the kind of feature that we've been seeing lately, and with that, I'm talking about, hey, if you do season content, any season content, it's going to contribute to this. Okay, well, that's kind of a passive thing. Hey, you're playing the game, you're doing end game stuff. You'll eventually power yourself up and get like these zany powers. Now, because from the looks of it so far, I'm not sure if it's gear or not. If it is gear, okay, cool. Then we will also return to, again, familiar trappings. So, okay, this will be good for like a little while and then it falls off. If it's not gear, then that kind of switches things up, right? It's going to mean that people will be like, okay, I have to do this on my alt or whatever, and I might, unless it's warbound credited or whatever, that I might have to repeat this process again and again in order to keep this thing relevant. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I have to do this before I can start playing the game. We'll see how that comes off, because we only have 2 paragraphs to work with, and we'll see how the data mining looks as soon as the PTR is available, which I'm going to guess is going to be pretty soon, if not as we speak. As for the other stuff, some of the stuff has been announced already. I think it's cool that we're going to get some more lore walking stuff. There's a lot more that I still need to do. The egg stuff, that's going to be new. It's going to be something that's just kind of like layered on questing. That's some nice side content for us to eventually knock out, but I'm sure it's going to take a number of, it's going to take a number of weeks to do or something like that. And I'm pretty sure like this new mini zone content will probably be related to completing this stuff too. So it'll be a way to direct folks into doing other things, but seems neat. I'm curious what you guys think, though. Is this enough to wash your thoughts of the current patch and that release? Let me know your thoughts in a comment below. Otherwise, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.